for me, it's one of the best examples of how that promise of this could be the way that you organize around services and customers. And then you plug that into how do you actually govern your change program.
Nice.
And just to give the final trumpet blow. So they thought this was a 5-year transformation program. And we ended up running it in 3 years and then setting them up for constant, ongoing improvement. So reduced that change period. And
very nice.
Yeah.
Can I take a step back? One of the first steps is being able to identify that you are actually delivering services and what those services are.
Yeah.
And that's the whole, to me, that's the emergence. Once you see that happening, you're like, actually, now they're starting to refer to the collection of those activities as one service. Okay, so like I'm watching and listening for those in the calls. How did you do it? I'd love to know. I can talk about how I do it, but no one's interested in me. You're the guest here, So how did you guys go about doing that?
I'm gonna. The simple answer is we did that because that's what we do. I mean, we went out and identified which customer groups they have. So they have, the MPs and their staff, and then they have the public who come and visit Parliament, and they have the press. And then we said, what services do you provide to these groups? And we said, this is what you do. And they said, oh my God, that's provided a level of clarity that we have never had. So that's the short story. To get to that, we did a kind of corporate therapy / internal insight piece of work where we understood all the things that were causing them pain. So again, Liz created these 7 vicious cycles that were going on. So they were project oriented. So they were just they were just running projects, and 6 other things. So there was a process of sort of understanding and being clear that the problem was quite significant and systemic.
Yeah.
But to your point, and I think I just want to say that's a fantastic first question, Jerry, because if that realization isn't there, if that we provide services, I've got a friend Tom who works at JP Morgan, and he's like, if they don't understand that they're providing services, then we can't. Moving on is probably going too fast, right? If you haven't understood that, and you're providing services, and that is how you manage value, right? I sometimes think, if you think about services in really simple senses, you have a product. Let's say you have a bank account, for Tom's sake, but how do people get to that bank account, use it well, and move on? That's the service, right? And if that stuff doesn't exist, you just have a bank account sitting there as a kind of empty thing.
Dormant.
They're all providing services, but if they don't realize it, then there's a kind of a whole load of dark matter, surrounding.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And it's a really good point. I've used similar things like Top Tasks is one, Jerry McGovern's framework, to help whittle it down and really refine at the language level. What are you calling this? And what makes sense, and you get that opportunity to kind of hit twice. You're saying, well, actually, this is the language of the people. That's funny. Well, I was up in Belfast City, and they're going on their journey at the moment. And myself and yourself have just rekindled a new part of our friendship of music.